Hey guys, great to see you. I want to take you back to a time when I was ready to just throw in the towel. I know I talk about the warrior mom and all these things going on, but summer is not my favorite. And June is my birthday month, and it used to be my absolute favorite. So please forgive me if you can't hear me. I had my ears on from a different meeting, and I'm going to turn those off. And my name is Bren Harris. And, you can do 176 podcast episodes and still have your AirPods in. So please hear my heart. Summer is not my favorite. It is, when a neurospicy student or any child has a little bit of a change in schedule, it tends to go to hell in a handbasket. And tonight we're talking about how confidence is quiet and centered, how insecurity is loud. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I want to take you back in the Wayback Machine, just so you know who I am and my come from. Hey, let us know in the comments where you're chiming in from. If you threw a dart at the middle of the U.S. here in the States, that's where I am, Oklahoma. And the weather truly is unpredictable and a little bit temperamental. So I'm really glad you're here. June used to be my absolute favorite month of the year. And not so much anymore now that I'm a warrior mom. And that's simply because I don't get to have my time and my summer and my run back together, if you will. I am required to be on 24/7, 3,065 days a year. And I know that you probably feel that too. Hey guys, great to see you. We have Seattle in the house, North Carolina in the house, Washington, D.C. in the house. Thank you, Tony, the voice Smith. And we have Caribbean, Trinidad. Great to see you. I am so glad you guys are here. And, it means a lot because I know your time is valuable. And again, we're revisiting and we're talking about how confidence is quiet and insecurity is loud. And sometimes, I know every single one of us have walked into a meeting where, the loudest person in the freaking room is the most insecure. I used to go to corporate trainings. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bren Harris, and I founded the Warrior Nation when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. He was just a baby, and you will see when I show you the pictures why that's such a big deal. Because now he towers over me, and I'm a firm believer that as a mama bear, as a warrior mom, that I walk tall and carry a big stick. Hey, we have Florida in the house, Georgia in the house, and another Georgia and California in the house. Great to see you guys. And it means a lot that you are here. I want to take you back real quick. Great to see you guys. This is not easy to talk about. Confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud. And what do I mean by that? We have a social media culture that talks about, just show more skin or be more extreme so that you can get the likes and the value. You're not giving value. You're just getting the likes and the comments and the shares, and you're going viral. And that doesn't mean that that is quality. Now, I founded Warrior Moms when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. He was just such a baby, you guys. And I deal with mom guilt often. And what I've learned is that I need to let go. And I am managing 3 different platforms here. So let us know on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook that you can see us. Thank you. I am so glad you guys are here. This means the world to me. My story isn't pretty, and it isn't put together, and it isn't always fun. And today I was just sharing with one of my mentors, we went to the quintessential crown jewel mall that was so important when I was growing up. And guys, it's the armpit of America now. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, bud. We've agreed to try one new thing a day. And it was awful. And we learn that, we can bless and release, and that we know that was for a season, and that today we can have connection, community, and contribution regardless of our surroundings and circumstance. Hey guys, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to take in the Wayback Machine. This is probably 18 years ago. I cannot believe that just came out of my mouth. Yeah, this is baby Zach. Look how tiny he is. And when we PCS from Japan in the military, they call it permanent change of station. We transferred from southern Japan, beautiful. I mean, about 1,000 miles south of Tokyo. And it was kind of a miniature Hawaii. A lot of people from Tokyo, which is kind of like New York City, very, chic and cool, they would come to this southern island for wedding chapels because it's so beautiful. And it's, the Zampa cliffs and the East China Sea. When you're there, it's hard to appreciate because you're over 4,000 miles from home. So it's hard to appreciate. And I love that I can say, hey, bud, you're a tall white guy, but you were born in Shatan, Japan. So we thought we would only be there a couple of years. We were there for several. And then we permanent change of station back to Oklahoma where all the grandparents were. And this is just a few months ago. On one of our medical trips out of state, you can see he has the big ear defenders. I'm sitting down, but he's leaning down because he's gracious, and he just hit 6'1". Oh my gosh. And he is on an alternative program in school. So he gets to stay 4 more years. He just finished technically his junior year in high school. And you can hear him in the background stimming like a crazy man. Yeah, that's just my life. And that's real world. And please, again, if you're just joining us, let us know in the comments where you're chiming in from. It means the world to me that you are here. And I will probably need to mute and tell him to zip it in just a minute if he continues. And again, today didn't turn out like we wanted. So we found the silver lining, and we agreed that we would do another adventure tomorrow. Now, I'm going to, just so you know, our words have power. In our house, we do not have a disorder. We have a diagnosis. And that diagnosis qualifies him for about 100 different services. And tonight we were supposed to go to a special needs meeting where it shows him how to be an entrepreneur and the support he receives. He was not having that. So we just came home, and I'm like, we can try again next month. It's all about the pivot. And if you guys are anything like me, even if you haven't watched the series, you've seen the whole Ross thing where he says, pivot. They're trying to get this couch up the 90-degree turn on some. I don't have the screenshot here, but it's so funny because he's just like screaming, pivot, pivot. Well, tonight we're talking a little bit about clarity and confidence. And what I want you to know is that no matter what's happened in your life, you can begin again. Oh, hear me, warriors. No matter what's happened in your life, short-term or long-term, you can begin again. And unless you've walked in my shoes as a warrior mom, please resist the judgment, because I'm telling you, we have moms every day in our Facebook moms group. They're like, I can't do this anymore. Where can I drop this kid off at the mental institution? I'm going to end my life. And I'm just like, please, it's okay. You're not alone. We can help. Because I am a firm believer that together we really are stronger. And I know that even as a neurotypical grown-up, it's hard. It's hard to work this life that's, 24/7 news and doom and gloom and social media. And I want you to know you are born for such a time as this, and that you can make a difference. Here at the Warrior Nation, imagine a triangle just like this. And on one side of the triangle is community. Then the other one is connection. And then at the base where the thumbs are, we have contribution, because we're called to help the people we want to bring to the other side, whether that's across the bridge of hope or intention or purpose, because you are called to help those who cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, hey guys, great to see you. Yes, no judgment allowed. Yes, Rosie from Miami, Florida, great to see you. We also have Susie from North Dakota and Aaron from South Dakota. Great to see you guys. Now, our words have power. What do I mean by that? This is the best-selling author picture you guys voted on overwhelmingly. And it was not summer, 90% humidity, and she had a whole team of beauty experts helping her. And but 6-7 months before the book was ever released, I was saying, get ready to vote on the best-selling author picture. You guys, I had no idea. I just felt in my spirit, this is what we need to say. And then, just so you know, this is the mystery, major and musician, made the bestseller list. And then the companion that goes along with it, the Warrior Mom Journal, hit #1. Now, did this happen by myself? No, because success doesn't happen in a vacuum. I don't believe that for a second. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're probably delusional. And tonight, when we're talking about, that's so true. Yes, words matter, words matter, words matter. And you guys, I have to tell on myself, when I'm driving in rush hour traffic, which I haven't had to do in years, tonight we're coming from the big city out to the suburbs. And I mean, these people were driving crazy and I was not kind. And, I just think, oh, it's just traffic talk. Nobody's going to care. My son is sitting right next to me. And I mean, he gets agitated when I'm negative. And I'm like, whoa, I've been dog whispered. Okay. Thank you. Bless that person. I hope they have a wonderful evening. And I'm sure they need to get somewhere really fast. So fast they had to pull right in front of me and almost crash into my bumper. Yeah, you just learn to reframe everything when you have a very impressionable child sitting next to you in rush hour traffic. Hey guys, great to see you. Thank you guys. They're saying great books. I want you to know the books are from my heart. And I'm all about theory to application. Our whole Warrior Nation is about theory to application. Let's invest in a wonderful mystery. Now, if you are not into suspense, intrigue, and a dash of romance or treasure hunts, one of our advanced copy readers said that was really funny. Let me get this right. It's like Indiana Jones meets Lara Croft Tomb Raider, and they get married and do a treasure hunt and have a baby in southern Japan, which is miniature Hawaii. And it's really fun because when I was growing up, I was never, the Barbie doll person or the girl that had to have all the foo-foo. I wanted the mystery. I wanted the sci-fi. I mean, I couldn't even read and I was watching Star Trek. It's just in my DNA. And I want you to honor yours. Hear me, warriors. You are called for such a time as this. What ignites your soul is your calling. What ignites your soul is your calling. And that calling helps other people. Think of the one thing in your life you thought you would never make it through. That one thing. And now you look in the rearview mirror and it was just a speed bump. It wasn't Mount Everest. And that's really important because I want to seriously, hey guys, great to see you. So glad you're here. And it's really important that we just take the next right step and have it stack 1% better every single day. Now, why is confidence quiet? And I am going to read from the #1 bestseller, the Warrior Mom Journal, right here. You neither need to be a mom nor feel like a warrior to benefit and take. Thank you, sir. Can you wait just a minute? Thank you. And he's such a servant. He's bringing me my hot tea from the kitchen. And I'm telling you what, you enter our kitchen, our home, and he is going to school you because he owns it. And I just love that because I always wanted to be healthy in midlife. I always wanted to know sign language. I always wanted to become a 1% better every single day my whole life without external validation. And I was blessed with my son, Zach. Now, I will share some American Sign Language. That's how we learn words. It's not perfect, it's not exact, but it helps us function and walk in purpose and champion our calling every single day. We love to take drives. And when we get into my little old BMW that's on its last leg, my son taps the little ledge on the dash and he goes, positive. And he means he wants to listen to a you know, Jim Rohn or a Miles Monroe, a motivational talk. And I love this because when I was 17, I wanted nothing to do with Jesus. And seriously, when I was his age, I was touring the Bahamas as a musician. It was not pretty. I turned 18 on Bourbon Street after a gig. So it was not Jesus oriented. So I'm very, very, very thankful because we are called right where we are. That obstacle we want removed, maybe it's the one thing that's refiner's fire that's developing us into who we're called to be. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, please let us know in the comments. If you're getting value, put value. If you're on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R. And we do use American Sign Language. My son's name is Zach. We call it Zachanese because it's not exact. And I just love that regardless of what things look like in the rear view, we're always looking forward. Today, we were walking through this giant mall that used to be the crown jewel. And now it's the armpit. And I'm like, buddy, leaders are always looking ahead. Leaders are always looking around because he was looking at his feet. And I know it because it was the pattern on the floor, probably. That's my best guess. But as soon as I said that, he put his head on a swivel because we're learning to look, pause for traffic and look left and right. And we're able to model that for him because if I tell him one thing and I do another, all bets are off. And I'm not kidding. He is the mirror. Oh, thank you. Value. Great to see you guys. I'm so glad it means a lot that you get value from this. And this is really important because we don't all need to look alike. We don't all need to be on the same path to make a difference and help the people we're called to help. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have my hot tea here, so I'm going to use my doTERRA On Guard. And, it's wonderful allergy season. And so just quick recap for those of you who don't know. We lost our 14 plus year therapy dog 60 days ago today. And we were leaving to go vote because this is our primary election today, right after lunch. And we stop in our driveway. And this adorable little puppy that looks very much like the dog we lost 60 days ago was lost. I mean, you could tell she was older. And fortunately, she had, the owner's name and phone number on the tag. And she was just precious. I mean, I'm like, come here, baby girl. Because I could tell she was older and couldn't tell where she was. And so I text the owner the number on the tag, and she stayed in our laundry room for about an hour. We gave her water and just told her she was going to be okay. You guys, okay, I'm going to cry because it's been 60 days and we know that our puppy was suffering greatly, terminal illness. This was just sort of a God wink for us because it was precious. And our 10-year-old therapy dog that's sitting right here next to me in my office, she just came up and sniffed her and was kind and wagged her tail. And then she went back to her kennel. And it was precious, you guys, because every species craves connection and community. Hear me. We all crave connection and community, especially in an AI social media world. My son and I tried to go see The Mandalorian nonsense. I didn't know anything about it, so I was caught off guard. And it was absolutely soulless. And then when we were walking through this former Crown Jewel mall, and now it's the armpit of America, and we're like, the little kid mannequins didn't even have a face. What's up with that? Are we dehumanizing everything? That's why it's so important to understand confidence is quiet and centered, insecurity is loud. All right. And we are craving clarity. Now, our word for the summer is activate. We're activating adventures every single day. They don't have to be big. Just do something new that you're unfamiliar with every single day. And so you take the Spock hands like this and you turn them vertical and then you start the engine. Activate. So that's our big word for the summer. Activate. We're going to activate the adventure. And then the second word tonight is amazing. Isn't that easy? So we're going to activate adventure and we're going to have an amazing experience regardless of how that turns out. And I want to challenge us, especially as adults. Do something new and unfamiliar every single day because it rewires that neuroplasticity in our brain and it requires us to get 1% better every single day. Oh, hey guys, great to see you. Yeah. Allergies, not a fan. Not at all. And yes, insecurity is loud. And every one of us has walked into, whether it's a church business meeting, a family reunion, a work meeting. Guys, this is really important. The loudest person in the room is often the most secure. I would go to these corporate trainings and hear my heart. I was in corporate America for 5 years. It felt like 50, and it was horrible. It did not gel with my DNA. And I hated being a number. And so at 5 years, I took the pension, I took my 401k matching, and I ran. And I promised my parents I would do a legitimate, corporate job for 5 years because they helped me with college. And I could not get out of there fast enough. And if you are in a corporate job and you are feeling like your soul is being sucked out of you every day, you're not alone. And we're here to help at the Warrior Nation. So I'm reading really briefly from the number one bestseller that I wrote a few months ago. That's called The Warrior Mom Journal. And lesson 5 in Japanese, it's called Kuji, Kugi. I had to double check myself. Kugi. Kuji. Kuji Go is lesson 5. I know it sounds really cool, doesn't it? And quiet. Confidence is quiet, insecurity is loud. And I meant to have this on my computer screen, so just bear with me. How often have we as moms found ourselves in a group where there's always at least one person who exudes a false kind of assertiveness and bravado? You know the type, arrogant, overly assertive, and generally obnoxious. This is often a mask for deep-seated insecurity. The Japanese word heishan, Heion, translates to a peaceful or calm mind. Bear with me here. There's a point here. Jishin, Jishin, means self-confidence or trusting in oneself. When's the last time we've trusted in ourselves? Our culture tells us to do 92 different things every single hour when we're simply called to walk in purpose and champion our calling. So for the next 48 hours, your daily focus, respond, resist, reacting. I want you to hear my voice. You could be right. I'm willing to consider that. We are not here to argue because anyone convinced of their will is of the same opinion still. We are not here to argue or convince anyone of anything. So we're going to respond and not react. You could be right. I'm willing to consider that. And then the second thing, set healthy boundaries. Start small. I know this is really, really challenging. This is not human nature at all. especially as women. We're here to people please and to fix and to make everyone feel like they're seen, heard, and valued when we ourselves are feeling completely invisible and hopeless. You are called for such a time as this. I see you. I hear you. You belong right here at the Warrior Nation. Set healthy boundaries. Start really small. My son plays helpless sometimes just to have mom's attention. And I said, "Oh, well, it doesn't look like neither one of us knows how to do this. What would you suggest?" And then he'll get it together and make it happen. We don't want to enable our children. We want to equip our children. Oh, hear me, warriors. That'll preach. Yeah. We don't want to enable our children. We want to equip them so that they can function in life and today's world. And be the thermostat, never the thermometer. Why? Because a thermostat changes the surroundings. I mean, we came home pretty late today. And between certain hours, electricity is double charged. So we try to really cool down the house early and then turn everything off for those few hours. It doesn't always work. When it's 100 degrees outside and 100% humidity, all bets are off. But in that thermostat, yes, I agree. I agree with Charlene from the Caribbean, from Trinidad. Yes, setting healthy boundaries is very important. And then Tennille from Georgia says, we don't want to enable our children. We want to equip them. So we took the thermostat and we just turned it down 1 or 2 degrees, and then it was fine. And I had a class right before this. So I sat at the kitchen table, which is right under the AC vent. So I was able to turn the system back off. Now, what does the thermometer do? It reflects its surroundings. A thermometer measures your temperature. It does not change the temperature in or influence. Sorry, I'm going to do this again. Yay, on guard. The thermometer just reflects everything. It's not a game changer. It's not a world changer. It's not a contributor. It's not an influencer. It's a reflector. And when we're reflecting stuff, we're not influencing it. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Now, I know that I know that I know this doesn't apply to everyone. If you have a perfect life and neurotypical children who adore you and never rebel, this is probably not the episode for you. As of this broadcast in June of 2026, boys in the United States of America are diagnosed 1 in 31 autism spectrum disorder. If that's not an epidemic, I don't know what is. So you know someone, or you know someone who knows someone that can benefit from this episode, because confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud and obnoxious. And I love that I can walk into a room and I don't care if they like me, because I'm here to walk in purpose and champion my calling. I don't care how many best-selling books you have. I've got 2. What I do know is they were written and marketed with purpose and theory to application to help others. Because I'm telling you, in the last 15 years, my son and I have walked straight through hell. Now we walk out of there like we own the place and take water back to those still in the fire. So if you know someone who recently has a child diagnosed with a special need, please share this episode with them, because together we truly are stronger. Now, I have, yes, Warriors Unite, absolutely. Now, I have a masterclass coming up on social media. We're streaming across 3 different platforms. I am limited in what I can share with you. When we're offline, raw, and real, I can tell you the truth behind the scenes. These are the days that I was melting in the floor thinking I couldn't even get up and go on, because I was in the fetal position, grieving the motherhood journey that I thought I would have and the child I thought I would have. And what I've learned is that we can pivot. We can pivot. And that refiner's fire helps us get 1% better every single day. Is it easy? No. Is it pretty? No. Is it worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, absolutely. So when this reposts as a reel, I will share that link if the platform will let me. And I want you to know, a week, I'm doing the math here. Help me, T. Yeah, a week from tonight. Now, she's doing a masterclass right before me. I'm doing it the next hour. I will not be online for the podcast. You can come behind the scenes and learn exactly theory to application, how we get 1% better and connect, form community, and contribute and help others cross the bridge of hope. I'm Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom, with the Warrior Nation, your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors unite.